You're listening to
The Couch Caddies.
the podcast of the year. 2 guys, 28 clubs, 0 putts given, with your hosts, Ben Ridner and Gunnar Kane.
Oh, we don't do the pointing anymore?
Well, you're pointing the wrong way.
Well, no, but when I figure when it comes together, right? Didn't it always used to do that?
Yeah, but you pointed the other way.
Oh, so I've got to point
You
this
gotta
way.
point that way, and I'm pointing that way.
Okay, but I did it. Did it sound good saying the Couch Caddies?
I liked it better when you interrupted it.
All right, let's
and
try it again.
said, It's gold.
You're listening to the
No, you're not. Get
You
out of
gotta
here.
let it go all the way through.
2 guys, 28 clubs.
Nobody knows what it is.
All right, hold on.
You're listening to the Swingdom.
No, you're not. You're listening to the Couch Caddies.
Clubs, 0 putts given.
That's right. 0 putts given.
Yeah, still 0 putts given.
Are we cussing?
I think this is all-time earmuffs.
Okay, I guess we're all time earmuffing everybody.
It's not like, hey, intentionally drop the F-bomb.
Yeah. So
just talk,
Yeah, I'm Ben.
Rebrand it.
I'm here with my best golfing buddy Gunnar.
That's me.
That's him. We talk all about the PGA Tour, golf in our own lives, golf in general, golf as you know it, golf as you may not know it.
Oh, you got to add live golf too.
Yeah,
We're
live
gonna
golf.
Talk about that.
Which is it's LIV, right? It's like 54. So we gotta. I always think like, yeah.
Is that what it means?
The Saudis. We're gonna talk about the Saudi golf
League?
tour.
Is that what it means? 54? Is there only 54 players?
No, it means 54. It's like if you got a birdie on every hole, it's like the ideal round of golf.
I don't.
Yeah, no, I had to look it up.
Much.
I had to discuss it with someone. We're gonna get into it because everybody who talks about live and PGA Tour makes me so angry because they don't. It's just like blind, ignorant rage.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Which I obviously don't have any of. None.
So we can manufacture some.
Yeah, well, yeah. So we go through the news, then we talk a little about our own golf games. We talk a bit about Gunnar and his kid, the youth programs. If this is your first time listening, we ran this podcast for like a year and a half under the name The Swingdom.
Yep.
We gave out driver's licenses to absolutely no one. I walked 100 miles and played 100 holes of golf.
We did a lot.
Yeah, we did a lot. And then we went on a hiatus. I went through some life changes. And so now, thankfully, thank God, we're back. We're going to try to do this weekly.
Yeah.
We even made picks for this week. So check out the Instagram. It's the Couch Caddies or Couch Caddies.
Uh-huh.
And you'll see Gunnar and I on there either playing golf or making picks or just generally being jackasses. So
yeah, I like that.
That's just who we are. That's what we're going to be. So this week in the news,
first, if you are rejoining our program, welcome back. We're back, baby.
We're back. We're back. The name of this podcast is going to be "We're Back Again for the First Time."
Yeah, I like that. Is that the episode title?
That's going to be the episode title.
We're back again for the first time.
Welcome to the Couch Caddies. We are back again. We called ourselves the Swingdom. Was like everything under the kingdom of golf. We called it the Swingdom.
That's right.
This is now the Couch Caddy. This is a bit like Monday Morning Quarterback. If
That's
you know that podcast, like we're here to comment on everything after the fact with perfect 2020 vision.
Oh, yeah, it's fantastic. And the best part is we've totally restructured for anybody coming back. We've restructured. I am not prepared.
I'm scared.
I am just blind reacting to everything Ben's going to say. So
which is a lot.
This is fantastic. I'm very excited.
We're going to see how this goes. It means I have to be a lot more prepared. I've got I didn't prepare all that much, but I think I prepared enough to get us through at least an hour this first time. So
that's a lot longer than the 15 minutes you proposed earlier.
No, the 15 minutes is going to be on each topic. So
okay.
And that's even if some of them we're going to go a lot further, but we've got the news, which I think is going to take up most of it because my golf game has done nothing since I moved back to the US.
Sure.
Has your golf game done anything?
Welcome
home.
Thank you. Yeah, it's really become stagnant, but I've been lucky enough to not have forgotten my swing like I have in the past. So that's pretty good.
Yeah, I totally have forgotten my swing. So
I
That
just had
was-
a really good 3 days up in the mountains playing golf.
Oh, nice. That's nice.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I've just been trying to pick up and play when I can, so we'll see where we're at with that. I think the biggest news in golf over the last year and a half, and to be fair, it's really funny. I was going through our last podcast that we were doing, which is Colin Morikawa wins the Open Championship. That's how long
He
this has
did.
been. There have been what, like
That's
six?
true. He
Been,
did do
there's
that.
been five. There's been five
majors.
majors since then, right?
Yeah.
Cam Smith.
Well, in fairness, we because we started talking about golf for the Masters
Yeah.
2 years ago.
COVID.
And we the plan was to do it for this Masters, and I really bailed on
Yeah.
everything.
No, it's okay. But
That's my bad.
Congratulations to you, man. I
Thank
came
you.
down and saw you. You now
We
have
got a
a
lot going
degree
on.
in something.
Psychology, yes.
Yeah. Ecology?
Psychology.
Psychology. Cool.
Yep. That's what I got.
That's great.
That's the thing I have.
Nice. And so I don't know anything about degrees, so we'll discuss that at some point. But yeah, no, I mean our first major was the Fall Masters in November of 2020 that DJ
wow.
won.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that was our first major that we covered
Before he
and so-
defected.
Yeah, before he
dark side.
defected. And that's going to be the thing we're probably going to discuss a lot is Live Golf Today and the designated events. A little bit like maybe we should start with, the person who gets the most clicks, Tiger Woods.
Yeah, retired. Has to.
Officially, unofficially retired.
Has
this
to
week.
retire.
He's he no longer has a caddy.
He's a shell of a human being.
Joe LaClava
Yeah. Oh yeah.
is now Patrick Cantley's caddy.
Well, because he knows fast play. That's what he knows.
Yeah.
He's not really his caddy. He's actually just a speed coach carrying a bag.
I would just love to see like Patrick Cantley with his little notepad at like a high school track, and just like Joe LaClava with you're like, oh, you got to work on your 400, man. Your 432 yards. You just got to work on those just constantly. Just start running. You've got to get this done.
Go.
Maybe he'll start drinking Monster Energy drinks and using his DeWalt tools and just.
Oh yeah.
Like, do you think it's Patrick Cantley? Do you think it's going to help him having Joe LaClava on the bag, or do you think it's just going to be?
Yeah. Because I think you get a seasoned caddy on there.
Yeah.
Who's used to
contending.
He's seen a lot of action. You know.
Yeah.
What I mean?
Well, he really hasn't, right? Because he's only been his caddy since 2018.
Yeah, but he's been with Tiger Woods, so Tiger Woods sees a lot of action. Maybe not in contention, but.
He's maybe not in contention, but he always had since then he's had a restricted schedule. He's only ever showed up to his own no cut events.
Well, you asked me what I thought. I'm telling you about that.
Oh, fine. You tell me what you thought. I'll shut up.
But you get a vet on the bag who can just say, "Hey," and I love that you drank an entire glass of water just now.
Staying hydrated.
I just have to pause.
It's the only way I cannot talk.
I lost my focus because you just drank an entire 16-ounce glass of water.
Just chugging it down.
Yeah. So you get a veteran caddy on the bag who can make you feel a little bit more confident in your shots, and maybe him and his caddy just didn't have a good relationship, and so he kept double, triple, quadruple guessing everything, and then maybe that's what slowed him down. I don't know.
Yeah,
or he's slow.
I get that, but I mean, it happens both ways. It's like Stevie Williams goes on the bag for Adam Scott, and he wins the Masters.
Mm-hmm.
Right? I mean, the other side of that is you have Bones on the bag for JT. Like, what has JT done? Nothing. So we'll see what happens. I think it's just if Joe LaClava doesn't have an annual contract, regardless of how many events he plays in, he's missing out on major cash because Cantley's going to make the cut. He's going to get percentages. Oh, yeah. He's going to make that money. So I think it's really smart for him. But
Cantley's a great player.
The real question is who does Tiger hire next?
Nobody. He retires.
He retires. He's done.
He's trash.
Like, how long before he gets his leg amputated below the knee?
He probably should have.
3 or 4 years?
No. No, but he did say he wasn't going to drive a golf cart, so
I think that's stupid. I think he should.
he could.
Yeah. So Tiger Woods retires. Congratulations, Tiger. You've done a lot of things for the sport of golf. Golf clap.
He's a bum.
He's a bum. You know what? The thing is, right? It's like I've said this before. Is Jack Nicklaus is the most underrated golfer of all time.
You and I have argued about before.
You hate that I say that.
Yeah, I don't like that.
You hate that I say it, but like, is Tiger like
The most overrated?
yeah? Like,
I
did Tiger like not reach his potential because of how like selfishly he's acted over the years?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. Also, I've decided that I'm just going to say everything that nobody will agree with.
That's my whole life. That's not even on the podcast. That's not even here. Next in the news is Rory McIlroy gets docked $3 million from his PIP, not even actual cash, from his PIP winnings of this year because he missed the RBC Heritage after playing in the Masters at designated events. And if he misses the next one, it's 12 million. So he could potentially miss out on 15 million this year. He talked to Jay Monahan. I'm sure that number is going to go down. I just think Rory is the king of bad looks.
Oh, yeah. So for everybody listening, explain the designated events.
So
because
I was gonna do this when we got into the LIV PGA like standoff. But basically now there are 16 events to 18 events every year. They're still figuring it out. It's a limited field, and this actually goes into effect next year because this year it's not a limited field. In 2024, it's going to be a limited field, 65 to 75 players. And the purses are doubled. So instead of being 10 million for 4 days of golf, it's going to be 20 million for 4 days of golf. There's going to be, so basically the winnings have doubled. There's going to be a boost in FedEx Cup points. And the reason like I hate it is because it just separates the league.
Yeah.
Like it just means that if you don't host one of those 16 events, the other 36 events.
Yeah.
Because there's an event every week, if not two. Like, so the other 40 events are basically like AAA. And then when you have like the Punta Cana or the Mayakoba, like chameleon event of the longest name in the world,
yeah,
like that essentially becomes single A golf. And so it's now like Corn Ferry, alternate events, non-designated events, designated events, and majors. So you now split the golf world into like 5 dimensions.
And so Rory missed one of these because he was supposed to play in it for his world rankings, his standings.
No, if you're in the top 70, you have to play in the designated events. And Rory, who has been the biggest proponent for the PGA over LIV, like, you know what I mean? He's in the full swing telling Phil to go F himself.
Yeah.
Because he's so cool. And he's like, he basically became like the poster child for the PGA.
Oh,
and was like,
so holier than thou.
Yeah.
Fuck off. You
exactly.
know what I mean?
Yeah, no, 1,000,000%.
Rory McIlroy has just turned into the guy I don't want to see. And I was a big Rory fan.
Yeah.
And now it's just like, oh my God, here we go.
Yeah. So
Rory's talking again.
He just said he was tired after the Masters and like talked to Jay and didn't go. But he's the guy who basically was like, if you can set up a LIV-like system, LIV-like system at the PGA, then I won't go. And he's the guy who went and shook all the hands and did all like the carrying of the torch for all of this. And then like the third designated event that there is this year, he misses because he's tired from the Masters.
Well, I bet John Rahm was tired from the Masters and he went out and
He
played.
was still there.
Anybody top 20? You know what I mean?
Top 5, like, yeah.
He said the kids would love to see the Masters champion. Why would I skip out on that?
Exactly. So it's just one of these things like Rory did terrible at the Masters again, didn't show up for the RBC.
Yeah.
Played terrible this week at Wells Fargo. In fact, he put it in the water on 18 on the 72nd hole of the tournament, put it on the water and either bogeyed or double bogeyed. Couldn't even care less. Like you can't sit back and be like, I'm the best player in golf. I'm the one who's going to drive this $20 million a week designated event situation and then just not
skip out.
Yeah, especially like in the first 5 of the year. It's like, oh, well, I'm going to go to the rest of them. It's like, dude, you're going to retire in 5 years. You're probably going to go to live in 2. Like,
you don't think that?
You know what? I mean, the thing is if live continues on the trajectory it's going and the TV contracts come in and the pockets are as deep as they are, like, I think anybody can knock on their door and say, hey, what's the number?
Yeah, I think they've got to we can get more into it, but I think they've got to make some changes. But
yeah,
Roy's a bum.
Yeah, Roy's definitely a bum. So that was that.
All right, we've cleared this up. Tiger,
speaking, yeah, Tiger bum, Rory
bum.
No, I mean we're hypothesizing, but yes, that's how we feel right now.
No, I'm totally sold.
Tiger's a bum. Yeah. Okay.
Total bum.
Just limping his way through the Masters. Just get a cart if you need a cart. Just be injured.
If you're going to listen.
I'm listening.
If you're going to take a spot of a player that could have played,
yeah,
you make the cut, right? You make the cut, and then you withdraw after making the cut. It was a total cash grab. He knows. For what? He's Tiger Woods. You know what I mean? You need the $15,000. That's what I'm saying.
I don't know.
Like, what are you doing? And then the guy behind you is sitting on the plane watching you pack your bags, and he's just like, this son of a bitch.
Yeah. I mean, that's right. I mean, that's like the biggest thing about that. That's what I like the least about the designated events is that it changes the hierarchy, and it's going to make it so much harder for these young guns to play into it. It's like, okay, so now there's these 20 events that you're not eligible for, 25 events.
And
that
you're not getting OWGR.
Yeah, you're getting boosted in OWGR because it's classed as the hardest.
Right.
You know, it's the hardest competition in the world. It's, you know what I mean? And so it's like you've got these 16 events, 4 majors, plus the 4 or 5 FedEx Cup.
Yeah, it's like compound interest on the guys outside of the.
Yeah, no, totally. And the guys in it are sort of like, I don't have to play. Like, if I'm playing inside the top half of those guys, I'm not going anywhere for like 4 years.
Right.
And the only way that the only way the guys out of 70, it seems, are going to get into it is if they win, which means there are 20 chances a year to play and win to get into it.
Uh-huh.
And it's like Wyndham Clark, who just won the Wells Fargo, like, good for him. He's going to get a boost. He's going to be in the top 70 if he isn't already. I don't know. Whenever I hear his name, I just think of the hotel chain.
Yeah.
Like that, you know, Wyndham Hotels or whatever it is. So yeah. So speaking of Tiger Woods at the Masters, John Rahm wins the Masters.
He does.
Absolutely took it. Yeah, with style.
What a great matchup though. Rahm and Koepka. Loved it.
Yeah. And I think that's sort of like one of those things like the live golfers versus the PGA golfers. The PGA did themselves a massive disservice by not letting these guys play in both tours because 3 of the top 6 guys.
Wyndham Clark, 80th in official world golf.
So
ranking.
yeah, so now
after today's win.
So 80th after today's win. So he gets to play in next year in all of the designated events next year because he has a win this year.
Because he won, yeah.
Yeah, so will be in that for a while. But yeah, I mean, what was your biggest surprise of the Masters?
That Phil Mickelson didn't get well, actually, I'm not surprised about it, but I will say probably biggest surprise is that the live players played so well.
I wasn't that surprised. My biggest surprise is Phil Mickelson backdooring like -7 on Sunday to get to 63. Second. Yeah, 60 like second solo.
I'm okay. Maybe I'm lying, but I don't.
That wasn't a surprise to you. You knew that was going to happen. You love Phil so much.
If you told me, if I read a report that said Phil Mickelson aced every hole, I'd be like, probably, and I'd
be
move
like, he
on.
would.
I wouldn't even look into it.
You'd be like, he did it in a leather jacket. Like,
Had to have.
must have.
Yeah, I don't.
So ridiculous. So absolutely ridiculous. Yeah, so for me it is, let me see if I can find this. But yeah, no, for me it was the, where is this?
So,
Yeah.
all right, let me revisit my answer. I expected a lot more animosity between the live players and the PGA Tour players. And I read things like, people were going out of their way to go play holes with the live players.
Yeah.
They were chatty together on the course, this, that, and the other thing. And I'm not so sure that Rory McIlroy is not, and Jay Monahan aren't the ones just drumming up all this issue between the two tours.
Yeah, no, I totally believe that. Like, yeah, so you've got John Rahm winning, sorry. Phil Mickelson, Brooks Koepka tied 2 alone, both live players, not PGA. Jordan Spieth and Patrick Reed, and that's so three of the top five
yeah,
are
live
live
players.
guys, yeah. And then Russell Henley also top 4, all -7. So yeah, so if you want to say 3 of the top, I'm going to say 3 of the top 5.
Yeah.
But and ties, so right, are live players. So they and it's like they're not allowed OWGR points because it's only 54 holes, even though there are other tournaments in other parts of the world that allow that. Like, to be fair, I don't like that they're suing the I don't like that they're suing the PGA Tour. Like, it's just kind of like get on your own, and like if the PGA Tour doesn't want you, just don't look back.
Right.
But it's like this massive, ridiculous lawsuit, just stupid. But yeah, it's I'm interested to see what happens in the rest of the year, because if Phil Mickelson can backdoor top 2 on Sunday, Brooks Koepka is leading on Sunday. I mean, first of all, it was so hard to follow this year with the rain scheduling. Like, they played 13 holes of the 3rd round Sunday morning, and then still had to go out and play 18.
Oh, no, that was Saturday, and then Sunday they did the double start. So they
that's okay, yeah.
They started front and back, which you never see, but
it was just rough.
Yeah.
It was really, really rough. But yeah, that was probably the biggest surprise of the Masters, was Phil just showing up and being like, I'm not going anywhere.
Oh, he was awesome.
Yeah, he's just like, I will live rent free in your heads forever, PGA
I wish.
Tour.
Well, he's living rent free in Jim Nance's head.
He is
sure.
live in rent free. You're welcome, world. You're welcome for that one.
Lives rent free.
And then other big news this year was the Netflix show.
I still haven't seen it.
It's called Full Swing.
I'm not gonna lie.
The only thing you really have to take away from it is that Joel Damon needs to drink on the golf course in the way that John Daly did.
Really?
Yeah. He just became like a local celebrity. He's like, somebody needs to be the 70th best player in the world, and it might as well be me. And then he shows up in tops 5s like the US Open, goes to a US Open qualifier and has to play 36 holes in one day, and drinks like 5 White Claws, like shoots 5 under on the back 9. Like, the dude just needs to be like a solid buzz to like play the best golf of his life. A story came out this week that he shot a 58
on White Claws
at his own club, drinking 12 White Claws. You know what the best part of the story is?
What?
He shot -2 through 7.
Oh, damn.
Yeah. No, he shot -2 through 8. Sorry, my apologies. Then he shot
cover, right?
He shot -12
Look,
on the back 11.
He just finished out.
He's like, I was blackout, and it wasn't from the White Claws. And you're just like, holy smokes, dude.
That's awesome.
Yeah, it's just like, so he's just become like this sort of weird caricature of like a PGA lifer.
Those are my
who doesn't care, which is really weird.
That's my go-to
on-course beverage.
On-course beverage.
Yeah,
it's just a ton of claws.
Do you get the tall boys, or you use those little Red Bull skinny guys?
little skinny guy.
Cheers. Cheers to you. So it's that, and then Rory gets really angry because he's like driving the charge on like these player meetings and like, rah, 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 I'm Rory, whatever. And it's not that I like me. If you've listened to the podcast before, it's not that we hate golf. The way the PGA Tour conducts themselves and the way that they've established the amount of money they have, the way they establish relationships with other people, and the way that they treat the players themselves. Like if Rory McIlroy didn't have a Nike contract, he wouldn't and couldn't be this for the PGA Tour.
Oh, no way. No.
Like he couldn't. Like he's so safe with like a $250 million Nike contract.
It was almost like Tiger, when Roy came in, Tiger was like, listen, guy, I'm going to be on my way out soon.
Yeah.
And this is how I feel about things.
Yeah.
Let me take you under my wing, and you're going to go spread the gospel of.
Yeah. Well, this is the other thing, right? Is like word came out that Live Golf offered Tiger Woods $800 million.
I would have taken it.
And this is like, so let's get into the Live stuff now.
You want to hear the irony of that, though? Do you think after you saw him at the Masters, $800 million may have sunk the Live Tour? It may have just totally sunk it. If they handed him $800 million
and he didn't show up
and he couldn't do it, it would have sunk them.
Yeah.
And the PGA Tour would have got what they wanted. But no, the PGA Tour's got to go. He's got to say no, but then they got to go grandstand.
Yeah, well, they
all
gave
their the people that they brought up. You know,
it would have just been Tiger Woods shaking hands with everybody for $800 million for 3 years. Like that's all it would have been. I mean, they paid Dustin Johnson and Phil Mickelson $120 million to $200 million. Like, and I get it. Like, it's number one. Like, I don't really judge where anybody gets their money from. You got to work for it somehow. You got to do right. The streets, the only feats. You got to do it any way you can. Like, it doesn't bother me.
That's Sarah Silverman. Is that what that is?
Yeah, I have no idea what it is. And then the other side of that is like, and this we may lose viewers over this, and I apologize for this. I don't apologize for this viewpoint, but it's like, how do you think the Saudis got their money? Like, we give it to them.
Mm-hmm.
Like, everybody who drives a Ford F-150, like dually, that's not a diesel, and even if it is a diesel, like that money, like that oil comes from Russia, Saudi Arabia, and Brazil. It's not
we weren't there to see it. I didn't see that happen.
Okay.
But you didn't either, but we that's what we know. You know?
Yeah. Oh no, I didn't.
I mean, we know it.
Yeah. Like,
but we didn't see it. Like,
I don't understand. Like,
know?
it's like, and I understand that there's sports washing, and we're getting into all of that, and I don't think that's great. Like, I don't like that it's a totalitarian regime that like treats women terribly. I think that's, talk
to Jim Nance about sports washing.
Yeah.
He was trying to sports
wash
my boy.
I mean, it's like it's a really hard like predicament to be in, to be like I understand why the female players don't play there. I understand why male players shouldn't play there. Like, if you have strong feelings about the way that like a government runs a country and the sports is directly linked to that. The other side of that is like, it's really, really, really hard to say no
to a lot of money.
To a lot of money.
I mean, a lot of money.
A lot of money.
I mean, if I lived 1,000 times, and did the same thing I do for a living, I wouldn't make that money.
No. And
I'm
look,
serious.
and like, and this is actually one of the things that,
being honest,
like, and this is one of the things that, like, when it comes to a worldwide economy, like the fact that a country like this is trying to integrate itself more into Western civilization, even though they may or may not like us, they don't like us, but if they may or may not like us, like, hopefully means that in the future, like, we become more integrated with them as separate cultures in togetherness. So, how'd that sound pretty good?
Real quick, what's your favorite on-course beverage?
My favorite on-course beverage is a Bloody Mary.
On the course?
Yeah.
I've never seen anybody drink a Bloody Mary while they're playing.
So I play golf with my uncle, and I used to play with him a lot. but
On the
it's-
course, you're saying.
the cart girl had a bar.
Oh, on the cart.
Yeah, the cart. So
Now,
she,
are you still? Do you just stop and have it, or do you take it?
no,
with
no, you get it in like a solo cup with a lid and a cup, and she got
Oh,
Zing
really?
Zang, Bloody Mary mix, and Tito's vodka.
Nice.
Yeah.
Today's
Are you talking about like what's my favorite on-course beverage when it comes out of my bag and I haven't stopped it at the pro shop? Yeah, probably a high noon I prefer high noon to White Claws.
Yeah, you do.
Yeah, I do. So it'd probably be high noons. I try not to drink IPAs on the course because they go straight to your head in the sun.
Oh, straight to your head, and then.
Plus, I'm always walking. I'm trying to lose weight. Those White
I'm
Claws and those
never
nooners,
walking.
it's like 100 calories.
I'm
That's
never
it.
walking.
You got to start. It's good for your legs.
My legs are fine.
Get one of those. Get one of those Denver Bronco push carts like Gavin has.
Oh, he just has a regular push cart.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
He said I'm not allowed to use it.
I think you should be able to use it.
Well, he said that since I lost his rangefinder, he's afraid I'll lose his push cart.
Oh, okay. All right.
And he said I don't want you to use it.
So we're gonna get into like I know we got into live, but we're gonna get into the designated events. We got to talk about them a little bit, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
As you know, the Couch Caddies is brought to you by Bananas, nature's seedless fruit. It's technically a berry.
They're potassium.
Yeah. Bananas. Potassium. Nature's most phallic berry.
That might be the best joke I ever wrote in my life.
I think you wrote it. Wow. You must be famous if you're writing jokes that good.
That was pretty good, wasn't
You
it?
should get your own HBO series.
I should.
Yeah.
Look, Abby said to me the other day, she said, "Dad, I got a joke for you." And I was like, "Go for it." And she goes, where's a pencil's favorite place to vacation? And I was like, I don't know. I don't know. And she goes, "You do know. It's a dad joke."
You do. You
Yeah,
know
she was
this.
like, "You know it. It's a dad joke. It's good. You know it." And I was like, I
You
felt
can just
like
see her face doing this.
her confidence in me knowing dad jokes. Like she was
Yeah.
like, "You're my dad.
And you got jokes.
You have to know this joke. I know you know it."
Yeah.
It's Pennsylvania, by the way.
I heard a really good one the other day that you should tell Abby. I think she'll love it. You want to hear it?
Yeah.
Do trees go to the bathroom?
I don't know.
Well, where do you think number 2 pencils come from?
She would like that one.
It's a good one.
She would like that one.
It's so good. Oh, like I laughed uncontrollably hard for like for a stupid amount of time. I was just like sat there being like, nobody's like headphones like in an office with the doors, but like there's a window in my office, and I just knew anybody who walked by would just be like, "This idiot's laughing again." Nobody knows why.
That's right. That's right. Oh,
Yeah.
did I tell you? I used to live with a serial killer?
Don't tell Kate. Kate is all into serial killers.
It's true.
I have.
Yeah, I did. I used to live with a serial killer. He would eat like 3 boxes a day. It was insane.
Oh,
It was
my God.
insane.
good.
I hate you.
So good.
Damn it.
That's terrible. Like I saw that coming from a mile away. I just you should have seen how excited she got. She was like, "We can start a murder podcast." That was the
Yeah,
first thing that
it's
came
true.
to her head. She was like, "Fuck your golf podcast. We can talk about murders all day
That's
long."
where the money is. Murder.
Yeah, the money's in murder.
Murder.
I think we should just kill people and then podcast
And
about
talk
it.
about it.
Yeah.
Mhm. Yeah.
See how long
Although
before
I
they
will-
catch us.
It did make me. It did. It did make me think like if I were to be hunted down by a serial killer,
Yeah.
at least I would die knowing that I was somebody's type. and that would be nice. That would be really good. That would make me feel good, you know.
You'd be like, I fit this square peg fit into somebody's round hole.
That's right.
Perfect.
That's right. Yeah, that makes you feel good. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Like you fit somebody's like
Yeah. They
yeah,
were
like their
like-
profile. Yeah.
Timbo.
Yeah.
Right
We
there.
are actually recording, so we probably talk about golf now. Thank you, Bananas, for
That's
letting us
right.
have that tangent.
And we're back.
And we're back.
For us to put down our bag. And now to
We
your
have to
hosts,
get new
Ben
stuff.
Rittner and Gunnar Kane.
What do you think of like a rock and roll vibe?
For live golf, or you mean would you? I guess right. I mean, are you talking sort of like waste management versus like RBC heritage?
No, I mean for our podcast, like the music.
Oh, yeah. You mean like
Like, what if we did like a rock and rolly thing? I can't hear it. It keeps fading in and out.
that's what's one of the tracks that came on my soundboard.
I really hope that that sound is recorded because I didn't hear a single note. The auto tuning of the mic is.
Did you not hear any of that?
I can't hear any of it, but I saw you dancing.
Did you hear? Did you hear when Dan says Ben and Gunnar are back?
Yeah.
Okay. Can you hear this?
Barely.
Yeah. Okay. Good. All right. So yeah. So you know my views on live golf. The designated events a little bit as well.
Mm-hmm.
How do you feel, Gunnar?
Which one do you want me to start with?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'll
I think
start
you should
with-
start. I think you should start
I'll
with
start
one
with
of
the designated events. All right. So, no, I'm going to start with live.
Yes.
All right.
The PGL.
The pro golf. Tour. So live golf. Look, it's weird. It's different. It's new. I love it.
Okay.
Right? I do. I love it. And I'll
Yeah.
tell you why I love it. Because it's different and it's weird and it's new.
Yeah. Yep. Okay.
Keep going.
Gunnar loves it.
I love it. You know, because you still get to see your people. It's this team event is fun. I love team golf.
Can
I
you
really do.
explain? So the thing that I don't understand, and maybe you can explain this for me,
Yeah.
it's team golf,
Yes,
but it's not team play,
correct.
which I think is I think they're missing something there. I think they need to figure out how to do match play, stroke play, like they do a
Same
captain's
time?
choice. Like if they figured out a way to make the team thing be something other than lowest gross score.
Well, I like that though because then they redraw the teams every year.
Okay. No, and it's not that I don't. I mean, they trade players. They need to figure out how to do that a bit better. Like the concept is great. I just wish the team thing.
Yeah.
Was more.
No,
team.
yeah. It is a little bit extra, but they did have to find something that separates themselves. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because otherwise, you just have the Saudi tour. That's all it would be.
Yeah.
Everybody who calls it the Saudi tour, that's what it would be. And I
Yeah.
don't. I call it Live Golf because it's the brand name.
Yeah.
Um,
I don't hate Greg Norman.
right. So I really like Live. They're putting more money in the pockets of the players who have been pounding the table for more money.
Yeah.
Ever since the whole thing about the PGA sitting on $1 billion of spare cash.
It's also just like the players' rights.
Oh, right. Yeah. They own their own rights to their stuff. I like that.
Yeah.
And that's what they said, this is what we want to do. This is what the PGA Tour is not giving us. And they went and did it.
Yeah.
God bless them. Right?
I always thought that was like strange because I thought that was Jordan and Rory's biggest complaints were that like they don't actually own any of their televised images.
And once they get the opportunity, they're like, oh, blood money, blah, blah,
Yeah.
blah. It's like if you've ever shopped at a grocery store, you've bought something from blood money. And I'm being very general. I'm
no, I mean,
generalizing quite a bit.
I don't know if you know this, but like those trucks that got your groceries there,
right.
fueled on blood money, the money we give them.
Right. So, dirty money has built corporations all over the globe.
Yeah.
It is what it is, right? I can't do anything about it. And I can't judge somebody who goes and buys their groceries at Walmart, right?
No.
You can't. It doesn't make any sense.
It's like anything that's made in China.
Do I think right? Do I think Greg Norman's the best face? No.
I think he's the best choke job artist of any lifetime.
If you wanted to front your organization with a jackass, Greg Norman's your guy. You know what I mean? Greg Norman's your guy.
Yeah. I think they could have gotten like better. Yeah, I think you're right. They could have gotten better faces for it.
Now, the designated events, Bill did what he wanted to do.
I know.
He won.
Yeah.
Phil, the designated events is saying that Liv was right.
Yeah.
That Phil was right. That
Yeah.
Greg Norman was right.
Yeah.
That Sergio Garcia, that Patrick Reed, that Dustin Johnson, that Brooks Koepka were right.
Yeah, because they're all still competitive.
It is what it is.
Yeah.
And that's why. So the whole lawsuit thing. If you turn around and you just make a photocopy of the thing you said was despicable, then yes, you should let them play between tours. You should.
Yeah.
I mean,
especially like
fight it.
You've got Lee Westwood was saying because there's all this talk now that they're not going to be Lee Westwood, Sergio Garcia, and Ian Poulter are not eligible for Ryder Cup or President Cups. Not that they'd play, but they might. Mean Ian Poulter might. You never know if he's going to get a captain's pick.
Oh, I thought they just came out and said everybody is eligible for Ryder Cup.
Oh, I thought they said they weren't.
I thought it said. Let's look this up.
I may have missed this.
Let's keep talking. You keep talking.
But he was saying, it's Lee Westwood was saying it's a big shame because, he like without the three of them, it'd be a lot less competitive over the last 20 years. And he was looking forward to being a captain one day. And he goes, it's not fair that the now DP World Tour, but was the European Tour, was its own entity, and the PGA Tour was its own entity, but they were allowed to go in between those two tours and still be eligible for the Ryder Cup. Mm-hmm. And now that the LIV's there, they can't be eligible for the Ryder Cup, even though it's like it's two tours coming together to have a competition. Like I don't really understand why it's not just run by the PGA or it's not just run by I don't understand what eligibility matters anyway. It can just be 15 guys in a field playing golf and some guys wearing blue and some guys saying red and everybody being from Europe and everybody being from America, but it has to do all of how it's sanctioned and what it's considered. I mean, you don't win anything at the Ryder Cup, you win the trophy. It is the purest form of an exhibition.
Mm-hmm.
So for them to say, okay, you can't play exhibition golf, but you can play in the Ryder Cup, but you have to be eligible for the European Tour and the PGA Tour. It's just craziness.
Okay, so as far as it stands, I think they're still questioning the eligibility.
Yeah.
Like Dustin Johnson is eligible.
Yeah.
For the
I think it's got to
standings wise.
Yeah, I think it's got to do with the fact that the European Tour, the DP World Tour, just won this.
Yes, that's the thing I missed was Sergio, Ian, and Westwood all resigned their DP World Tour, also a Blood Money tour in
They play it's the
everywhere. They're
everywhere.
the ones who play in Saudi Arabia the most.
Yeah.
The Saudi league doesn't even play there that
They played in
much.
Singapore they just played in Miami or where
They play at Trump Doral. I also played there. You know what I mean?
What do you mean they're playing in Bedminster, New Jersey, at Trump, New Jersey?
All the Trump courses.
Yeah.
All of them. By the way, I don't care what your political affiliation is or your personal beliefs in Donald Trump. Them places are nice.
Yeah. Those golf courses are nice.
You know what I'm saying? They
Yeah,
are
he takes
very
care of 'em, yeah.
nice.
Yeah.
Anyways. But yeah, it says they resigned their memberships, and that's why they're uneligible.
Well,
It
I don't think a lot
doesn't
of them.
say because they're on
I think they got
Live.
taken away. I think there's only like 3 or 4 who resigned.
It says resign.
Yeah.
This article from Golf.
Yeah.
Let me give proper credit.
Where credit is due. Yeah, please do that.
Golf Week. Adam Woodard.
Oh.
on
DARD. Woodard.
Woodard.
Yeah. Okay.
Yep, that's
Thank you.
Adam.
Nice.
3 days ago on the 4th.
Perfect.
Resigned their DP World Tour membership on Wednesday,
Mm-hmm.
and that's why they're not eligible.
Okay.
And Rory McIlroy said it's a shame that they're going to miss out
He hates them.
because Rory McIlroy has to be involved because he's a bum.
He's just kind of commenting on everything at this point. He's just commenting on everything. It is, however, getting to the point of this. We're going to be talking about Live and the designated events for the rest of forever until they figure out what it is that they want to do together.
Over under 5 years that the two tours
Under.
mesh back up.
I think under. I think the designated event situation hurts any credibility that the PGA Tour had.
Oh,
And-
absolutely.
And I still don't think I think even the designated events are unwatchable. I think the non-designated events are unwatchable. It's like watching the Morales Chameleon. It's like this was the Wells Fargo Championship. Like we saw Ricky Fowler like crush it here in Orange 10 years ago. Like this is a tournament you want to be at, and this week, the top 5. It's like I'm sitting there rooting for Adam Scott, who's 42 years old.
Can we talk about Ricky Fowler on a comeback?
You think it's the new putter?
I do.
Yeah.
I do. Ricky's on an upward trajectory.
Good.
Trajectory.
Yes.
He's going up. He's doing better. That's what I'm trying to say.
Yeah. All right. Wells Fargo. Wyndham Clark winning. Which I still think was kind of.
Hotel man himself.
Yeah. Wyndham Clark, Xander Schauffele, Harris English, Terrell Hatton, Tommy Fleetwood. Where's he been? He's like he's the winningest guy without a win right now.
I think
got the
he's
most
been
money
living
win.
in a van down by the river.
Adam Scott, Kim, your boy Denny McCarthy,
Love him.
Kim Lee, Max Homa. It's just like where.
Oh, can you tell me where Max Homa and Joel Dahman switch places?
It'll happen soon.
Can you tell me how that? What happened?
What do you mean?
Is Max Homa strictly on Twitter now?
So Max Homa got like his big break because he was critiquing player swings, right?
Just like random guys.
He is the guy who has gotten the most out of the Live players' departure.
Oh yeah. Well,
Right?
he's also the deserved winner of the past 3 years of player impact money.
Yes. Oh yeah. But
The
he would
most
get on
deserved
Twitter
player.
and he would make fun of everybody's swing. That's like sort of how he got his start. And he was sort of like in the top like 100, like not top 50. But he then started last year, like again after the departure of all of the Live players.
Yes.
He 32 years old, right? Sorry, I'm looking at his thing. 6'1". He's from Scottsdale, Arizona. No, where's he from? last year won at the Wells Fargo, won the Genesis. I'm sorry, won the Wells Fargo in 2019. Genesis, Fortinet, Wells Fargo last year, Fortinet Championship. What is the Fortinet Championship?
It's that video game I think where you gotta beat everybody and then there's a battle royale.
It's in September. It must be like the first champion. It must be like the first thing after the FedEx Cup.
Oh, I'm thinking of Fortnite.
Yeah, no, it's Fortinet. It's like a financial securities company.
I just felt so old.
Good. But yeah, I mean, like, so he's got 5 wins. He's won the Wells Fargo twice.
Well, he's awesome. Is all I'm saying.
Yeah. So I'm like, but again, I don't think he'd be anywhere close to where he is if the live guy stayed on. If Cam Smith,
He'd still be the most hilarious.
Yeah, he is
player
hilarious
on tour.
Yeah, he does. He did just like troll people swings on Twitter.
Everybody, just like random guys.
Yeah, just like average
He'd
Joes,
find
just like
a
you and me.
swing with like 15 views and be like, "You're trash." You know
exactly.
what I mean? Like,
Yeah, he'd be like, maybe you should swing it harder and faster and better.
Yeah, maybe you should
Yeah.
quit. That might fix your swing.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah, he's good though. I think they're gonna do the next like full swing on him. I think he's gonna have a good time with that.
nice.
I've got to get going. So, what are you doing? Anything this week in your golf game?
No, Gavin he just got back from a tournament to get back to Miami.
Yeah.
Did not play well whatsoever. They have him playing from the tips.
How many yards? Like 7,200 or like 6,400?
Yeah, like 72.
No way.
Yeah, and so he has one more opportunity to make it. That's this coming.
Is his
Sunday.
game sliding?
No, it's just too far. It's just like, we're talking like 270-yard carries. So
Jeez.
nobody was doing good.
Okay. And it was just one of those courses where like you had to sort of like clear a valley and nobody could.
Yeah, like very few could.
Yeah.
Very few could.
270 carries just to get on the fairway.
Yeah.
That's not
But
fun.
he's playing good, I
Yeah.
mean, he's playing very well. I mean, it didn't change his handicap or anything. So,
Oh, okay, good.
yeah, that's all I'm doing.
Nice.
Just taking him around. What about you?
I'm trying to figure out how to make golf affordable in the U.S.
Memberships.
It's not affordable, but I'm figuring it out.
Not as a lump sum, but we just got a cameo. That's what happened.
Yeah, we just saw somebody in the background there. So, and then the other thing
Like
is,
that.
I think Kate is gonna learn how to play some golf.
That's awesome.
So I'm looking up golf lessons for Kate right now.
I love that.
Yeah, so I got to figure that out. She's using the set of golf clubs I got for my dad 5 years ago that he never uses. Thanks,
Wow.
Coach Joe, for the set of golf clubs
Yeah. Way
that
to
I got
go.
you. Some old school Callaway Apexes with
Yeah.
like an offset hosel.
Those are dope.
So great. But yeah, I mean, I'm looking forward to it. It's, she seems into golf. I love golf. Sorry we didn't talk much about the Wells Fargo, but it's not a designated event, so nobody really cares.
Yeah, it's bullshit event.
Yeah, it's just like, I guess we'll talk about something else. But yeah, I gotta sign off. It's just, and I know, like, I've been listening to like everybody else's podcast, and it's just like this, like, oh well, I really hope that the live guys do well at the Masters, but if they don't do that well, and like it's blood, and they just sort of like go off and on and on and on and off and off, and it's just like I'm just kind of like, let's look at the two. Like, let's just look at them for what they are. Like, let's look at them as golfers who would like to play golf.
Right.
Let's not like dissect every last like political.
Oh, that's all it's
trickle
about.
down. Yeah.
It's politics and how many holes they play.
Yeah.
That's all anybody ever has,
Yeah. So I'm gonna keep following that. I'm gonna be a lot more prepared next week. It's just nice to be back.
I actually might be less prepared.
Yeah. Thank you guys for it. Even if you didn't listen before, if you feel like listening now, thank you for listening to our.
Yeah, come back and listen again.
Yeah, we're gonna tighten it up. I just wanted to say before we head out, all of Gunner's picks pooped the bed.
Oh yeah, they did.
Yeah, Gunner picked
To be
Rory
fair, I
McIlroy?
sent you a list of picks. I want this out in the open.
Okay, I'll let you have
I
this.
sent you a list of picks.
How many picks?
5.
Yeah. Who were
I
they?
sent you 5 picks. And
Who were they?
let me look.
It was
sent you
Rory McIlroy,
It was.
Cantley,
Yeah.
Cameron Young,
Yeah.
Tony Finau, and Jordan Spieth.
Yeah.
Right? And since you have
Well,
to pick
I
all
sent
5
you a
first.
6th one. What did I send you the 6th
No, you
one?
only sent me 5.
I sent you a just in case.
Maybe a Xander Schauffele
Who finished second?
who finished second, but you didn't get. You only get
But you
3.
didn't give it to me. Anyway, no,
Yeah.
let me finish. And usually in the past, what we had on the Swingdom, now apparently this is a lawless hellhole that we've created
It's the same. It's just a different name because I couldn't
Okay.
get the name back.
because what used to happen is I would have a list of names and I would say, hey Ben, send me a list of names. And you would, and I had integrity, and I would go and I would snake the picks. That's not what happened.
What do
That's
you
not
mean?
what happened. No, I'm just playing.
I gave you
then you
first pick.
said-
I gave you
but-
first pick, and then my first pick was Patrick Cantley.
What you said was, I'm going to steal Cantley from you. That's
Yeah.
what you said.
Oh
You
no!
typed
I
that.
meant was the snake.
That's in
yeah.
writing.
Yeah, I gave you the first pick. Then
got
I
evidence.
took my first pick, which was Patrick Cantley.
And then you called
And
it stealing.
I called it stealing because you
Right.
sent me your list.
And, that's,
So basically, I stole one of his 5 players, and
that was the only player that did well.
I had Cantley. No, Homa beat him out. And I think Hovland did as well. I picked Cantley, Homa, and Hovland, and I had a
No.
good week.
Only one of my picks.
Are you still going to keep the scores? Yes, he's in charge of keeping scores. We just basically put the
Do we
FedEx
have
Cup
to have-
point scores. No, we can just tell each other the other person sucks because their picks were
Yeah, I like
miserable.
that better.
Okay. All right.
I don't want to have a record of how bad my picks are.
All right. Well, I guess we're gonna do it that way then. This is the Couch Caddies now.
Yeah, before we leave, check us out on Facebook,
Yeah.
Instagram at the Couch Caddies, on Twitter maybe.
Yeah, I've got
not.
a Twitter.
I
I
don't
don't
know.
really get into the Twitter that much. I should start
don't know.
just max Homa-ing people.
Oh yeah, that'd be great. But yeah, check us out.
All right, man.
Show us some love.
Love you very much.
I love you.
I almost said it.
Oh,
I almost said swing them out.
well, you just did.
I did. I'm gonna head back to the. I guess I can head back to the couch.
Yeah, let's get out of here.
Let's get out of here. All right. Have a good night.
See ya.
Peace.